I am in a cornfield. I have no idea why. I mean, it has nothing to do with what I'm going to be talking to you guys about. Anyway, today I'm going to show you guys exactly how I set up an autonomous futures trading agent that's hopefully going to win me upwards of $200,000 within the next couple weeks. If you guys do not know, the Grand Cup by Tradify has started, and I'm off to a little bit of a slow start. I haven't taken a trade yet because I was finalizing my bot and making sure everything was polished, but we are finally ready to go, and I will be updating you guys throughout the challenge to see how far we are able to get. With that, I wanted to take a second to actually explain to you guys how I set this up. It's a little in-depth, but if you ever get confused and you want to set this up yourself, you can actually save this video and give it to your bot, and it will implement all of these topics that I'm going to be talking about for you. It's super easy. The first thing you're going to need is a local piece of hardware. This could be an old computer. A lot of people went out and bought Mac Minis, myself included. I like having a firm local piece of hardware that you can run your own bot on securely and, like I said, locally. It's a lot more secure than these VPSs, these other servers on the cloud, and I just prefer having a visible, tangible thing that I can interact with and make sure everything is running smoothly. After every piece of hardware, you're going to go to Hermes and install Hermes Agent. It is very easy, and it is miles ahead of OpenClaw. This agent self-iterates, it creates new skills, and it just builds on itself, which is very, very important in all applications, but especially in the stock market, because it is constantly changing and iterating, and you need to keep up with it. After you have that set up, you're going to need to pick which LLM you're going to want to link that to. I personally use OpenAI's ChatGPT 5.5. I'm on the Pro plan or the $100 a month plan. I don't know which one it is. But with that, I have access to 5.5, which is the head brain of my operation. And then I also have unlimited 5.3 usage, which is very important for the sub agents that we are going to be setting up. These bugs are ridiculous. I don't know why I'm out here. After you have your piece of hardware with your Hermes agent connected to a LLM that's going to be the brain of your operation, you're going to need to set up two agents. The first agent is going to be your stock scanner. All right. This is very important. This is where that 5.3 comes in because we have unlimited usage. So we're going to set up a cron job that every minute is going to scan the market for designated entries that you set up. Now, you can do this yourself. You can teach the model how to trade the way that you trade, and it can replicate that pretty much perfectly and better than you, honestly, because it's not going to get emotional. It's not going to over leverage. It's going to stick to the rules. Or if you want to get miles ahead of everybody else, I already have a couple of files laid out that step-by-step explain exactly what this model needs to look for. So if you want access to that, comment AI, and I can send over all the information for that. Or you can teach it your own strategy, and it can scan for your chosen entries. After that, a 5.3 subagent is going to be on top of that is going to check every 5 minutes off of these minute-by-minute scans, see if it missed anything, see if there's any entries, see if there's anything worth looking at, see if we need to change anything, any news confluences, is going to scan all of the things that you need to understand. Those are your two subagents, right? That's the stock scanner and the watchdog. Then we're going to have the brain, the head of the operation. This is kind of the maintenance guy that you're going to look for. Going to do security checks. I have mine set for every day at midnight. It does a health check, make sure everything's running smoothly. It pressure tests everything to see if it can handle stress and high volume signals. And then it's also going to do a security check because there are some security liabilities with this, which is why I recommend you using a completely different piece of hardware. So to recap, we have Hermes Agent, our own local hardware, LLM hooked up to it. Claude or OpenAI are probably the best frontier models right now. Then we have our two sub-agents to scan the market, and then we have a head agent that's just going to facilitate everything for us. After we have that and our actual stock strategy instilled, and we test it for a little bit, I've been testing this for about 3 weeks now with practice entries and practice alerts. We're going to end up hooking up a funded account, whether that be through Tradify or Tradevate, whatever you use. We're going to hook that up manually through a browser. We're not going to send those passwords through Telegram, right? We're going to use that separately. And then we're going to ask our model to set up browser harness. Now, this is pretty insane. It's completely for free, and it allows your AI model to actually look at your computer and type and interact just like you would. It can click on buttons. It can accept alerts. It can do all of this stuff that you can do. And it's not just limited to the terminal, which is where most of these actual models live. So this is very important for workarounds with APIs and automated trading because it actually is just able to click behind sell just like you do. And it also instills stop losses and take profits, which you can preset, which I highly recommend. Make sure you have a loss limit and a win limit for each day. That's going to help your bot knock it out of control, especially in the early stages. Another key thing that I want to mention is that if Hermes ever gets stuck while you're setting up, you can actually call it to set up an OpenClaw agent because OpenClaw has some more freedom with stuff that Hermes is limited on. So if you call it to an OpenClaw agent, it's actually going to be able to iterate further than just Hermes will be able to, and it can fix some of the problems that you might run into instead of you doing it manually. So that's all I got. Again, if you want a head start on all this AI stuff, I have a pack ready that's just, you can give it right to your agent. It's going to take in all the information immediately, and you're going to be miles ahead of everybody else from the jump. I think this is seriously a risk worth taking. I've been iterating my model for a couple weeks now, and I'm finally ready to start actually trading on these funded accounts. I'm very excited to see what happens, and I'll keep you guys updated throughout the process. And yeah, I'm going to get inside because I'm getting lit up by these bugs. This is unreal. That's all I got. Peace. Have a good night.